Welcome back and good Saturday morning. This morning, we start a new segment on Today in Iowa Saturday called HomeWise. Our Amanda Krenz teams up with a mortgage expert to navigate through all kinds of topics in the ever-changing real estate world. Here's more on how Iowa real estate could be way different than what you hear in the headlines.
Today, we are talking about how real estate is local. Joining me now is Tyler Osby. He is a real estate expert. He's been a mortgage lender for many years. I know this is a topic that you're super passionate about, which is why we're starting with it in our new segment here. But let's just take a look at the average sale price of a home nationally compared to Iowa. And these numbers come from Zillow.com. What are your reactions when you see these numbers?
It's not surprising. I mean, I talk to my peers all the time, all over the country, and I let them know, like, we're helping people who are 20 buying houses, and they always seem really surprised. And then you look at the data and you realize, oh, it's because they can't afford it until they're much older, you know. So real estate in Des Moines and in Iowa in general is a lot more affordable than other parts of the country for sure.
And even though home prices has gone up, everybody has noticed that. I think these numbers are refreshing, and it kind of puts it into perspective that Iowa is still a more affordable state to buy real estate in than other parts of the country.
Significantly,
yes.
Significantly.
And speaking in terms of housing as a real estate investment, let's move along to our second garage where we're going to look at sales appreciation. So how much is your investment appreciating from one year to the next? So same first question for you, Tyler. What's your reaction when you see this?
Honestly, I was a little surprised.
Okay.
I thought that Iowa would have a smaller appreciation rate when compared to other areas. But with the data, I mean, it's great news. The difference is it's an appreciation of a smaller average sales price, right? So there's less appreciation overall in dollars, but percentage-wise, it's still an excellent investment. And I can think of a number of examples over the last 20 years of families that we've helped buy homes, and they kind of accidentally created an immense amount of wealth, you know? So it's crazy to think that, you know, you buy, you kind of continue to pay it like you would rent, and you just accumulate a lot of wealth that way through appreciation and, you know, paying down what you owe on the house.
Do you think that's a good message for people out there who are on the fence about buying and whether or not they should rent or buy? Because this sort of shows that real estate is a safe investment, which does reflect over history. Over
time, it's an excellent source of forced savings. You just have to take into consideration how long you'll be there, because there are costs to sell a house. So, you know, you don't want to buy and sell every year. But if you think you're going to stay put for a few years, I think you'd be crazy not to make that investment.
Yeah. Let's look at garage door number 3 and kind of hammer home this point of real estate being local. Not just local, but we are using the term hyper-local. And the reason I want to talk about this is because we're not just talking about Iowa real estate, because it can be different from one community in Iowa to the next. So what point do you want to hammer home with hyper-local?
Yeah, well, I think that not all houses are created equal, right? The house itself might be different than other houses. It might be in a different neighborhood. It might have different amenities, you know. We oftentimes see people see a house in a certain suburb and they compare it to a completely different suburb. It ain't the same house, you know. When we go to get an appraisal, they have to find homes that are pretty close in proximity with similar amenities, and that can make a big difference in what a home is valued at. So it's not only local, but like you said, it's hyper-local.
And there are things that weigh into that too as a lender when you're looking at property taxes in one area compared to a next, which is going to affect your monthly payment and so on and so forth. So, all right, what advice do you have for people who are maybe curious about this, they want to learn a little bit more about it, but they don't necessarily know where to go, or they're too overwhelmed or intimidated to dive in?
Yeah, there's a lot of really great local people who know their stuff. Just reach out to somebody that you trust that can give you some honest advice and take into consideration your personal circumstances. Because although it is an excellent investment, we've seen a lot of people create a lot of wealth over time, it's not the right timing or, you know, a situation for everybody. So it's very situational, and you want to make sure you get some, you know, specific to you advice.
All right, find a real estate professional that you trust.
There you go.
Good advice. Tyler, thanks for joining us, and thank you for joining us.